Gabbard saying she was there at the request of the president. We heard from Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, this morning, and here's what she had to say about this.
DNI, Gabbard, and I are inseparable. We are constantly together.
We often hear the Attorney General emphasize that collaboration between her department and other departments and agencies, but questions here are about why the Director of National Intelligence would be involved in something that certainly seems like a domestic issue.
The White House also fielding criticism from both sides of the aisle after a video showing a racist meme about the Obamas was posted to President Trump's social media account. Here's ABC's Jay O'Brien.
The racist image comes at the end of a minute-long video the president posted on his social media platform. The first 59 seconds describe debunk election conspiracy theories from 2020. And at the end, the video suddenly cuts to an animated meme showing the Obamas' faces on the bodies of apes. The NAACP is out with a statement saying, in part, quote, Donald Trump's video is blatantly racist, disgusting, and utterly despicable.
A top Trump ally tells ABC News President Trump did not see the post, but when he did, he demanded it be taken down. Opening ceremony for the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics now underway. Competition started earlier this week. Tonight, athletes from around the world, including Team USA, pausing to take part in the ceremony. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
The cause of a helicopter crash in Arizona this week remains under investigation. Two law enforcement troopers, Hunter Bennett and Robert Skanke, were killed when the helicopter went down. That public safety helicopter was responding to a gun battle between police and a suspect firing on officers from rooftops. Colonel Jeffrey Glover is the director of the Arizona Department of Public Safety.
Today we honor the lives, their service, and their positive impact that Robert and Hunter had on the department and on the community that they serve, saving countless lives with their commitment to public service.
Skanke was the aviation supervisor and pilot. Bennett, a paramedic. The suspect was taken into custody. A new survey by a major advocacy group showing that worries about the economy appear to be bringing older Americans out of retirement.
In the past 6 months, according to AARP, 7% of retirees have re-entered the workforce. Economic uncertainty appears to be a major driver. Among those unretiring, nearly half cited financial necessity as their motivation for dusting off their resumes. 15% said they found retirement boring.
ABC's Jim Ryan. Actor and director Timothy Busfield has been indicted by a grand jury. The district attorney's office in Bernalillo County says on 4 criminal counts of criminal sexual contact of a child. Busfield turned himself in last month after a warrant was issued on allegations of sexual abuse of a boy on the set of the series The Cleaning Lady. A judge later ordered his release pending his case. Michelle Franzen.
This is the News Radio KONP Noon Report.
Tom Ortloff in the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Friday, February 6th. A new housing program launching on the North Olympic Peninsula aims to ease the local housing crunch by making better use of existing homes. Port Angeles Chamber of Commerce announcing a partnership with United Way of Clallam County and housing platform Nesterly to help roll out Olympic Home Share. It's a program designed to match homeowners with spare rooms to people looking for affordable, stable housing. The program is intended to help keep workers and residents in the community while offering homeowners a way to generate income or receive help with chores, errands, or other agreed-upon services in exchange for housing. Participants create listings through the Nesterly platform where hosts outline available space, amenities, and expectations. Prospective renters can browse listings and connect directly with hosts with communication and compatibility checks built into the process. Organizers say typical home share arrangements can last anywhere from a few months to a year or more, with options to renew. The goal to provide flexible long-term housing solutions without the need for new construction, while trying to strengthen neighborhood connections across the North Olympic Peninsula. Olympic marmots, a species found only in the alpine meadows of the North Olympic Peninsula, are now under federal review for endangered species protection. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service launching a 12-month review to determine whether the animals should be listed as threatened or endangered, following a petition from the Center for Biological Diversity. Found exclusively in the high-altitude meadows across the Olympic Mountains, including popular areas like Hurricane Ridge and Olympic National Park, the marmots are a familiar sight to local hikers. Known for their curious nature and piercing whistles, the native rodents play a key role in the region's ecosystem. But experts estimate only 2,000 to 4,000 remain, and their numbers are going down. Rising tree lines driven by climate change are pushing into alpine meadows, fragmenting marmot habitat and leaving them with nowhere higher to go, according to the petition. Local volunteers tracking the species have noticed more abandoned burrows in recent years as well. Non-native coyotes also threaten the population, and advocates are calling for the possible reintroduction of wolves on the peninsula to help restore balance. A final decision from federal officials is expected after the agency's full status review. If listed, the marmots would receive formal protections and a recovery plan to help ensure their survival in the high country locally. More news after this.
Thinking about updating your bath or shower? Let's talk facts. Bathfitter is the original. We don't play games with your dollar. You get transparent pricing and no gimmicks. With custom-fit tub and shower solutions from Bathfitter, we'll also remove your old setup. And right now, enjoy 0% interest and zero payment for 1 year. Over 40 years, Bathfitter remains the name you can trust. Visit bathfitternw.com.
Olympic Hot Tub is celebrating Seattle's championship football team and the big game day ahead with a massive blue and green savings blitz. Get champion-level wellness at huge savings. Score big on saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges. Hey, it's Ryan Roland-Smith. Let's make wellness and feeling terrific part of your everyday game plan. Don't let the clock run out. These winning deals end Sunday. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life. Go Seattle.
Oh, you got punched. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
How badly were you injured, Tim?
I have a detached retina.
You have a detached retina because of you getting punched? Hold on. Stop.
Yeah.
You have a detached retina. Were there witnesses that saw you getting hit?
Yes, sir.
You got a case.
There.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a case there. There's a case, if anybody believes you. There's a case.
Catch Handle on the Law Saturday afternoons at 4 on News Radio KONP. In other news, dozens of bills cut from Washington's short 60-day legislative session this week as Wednesday's 5 p.m. policy committee deadline passed. Bills that didn't advance are effectively dead for the year, barring narrow exceptions. The early cutoff sharply narrows the agenda, especially as lawmakers face a $2 billion budget shortfall and debate major issues like a proposed income tax on millionaires. Now, among the bills that failed, one that would have criminalized law enforcement impersonation, another that proposed a 32-hour work week. It never advanced. House Bill 2400 would have sought protections for child online content creators. Another aimed to clarify when courts can remove children in welfare cases has died, and another that proposed adding tribal members to the State Fish and Wildlife Commission will not move forward. With 5 weeks left before the March 12th adjournment, floor debates and budget battles are now expected to intensify. Meantime, a bipartisan bill from a former county sheriff turned state lawmaker aims to better protect stalking victims after offenders are released back into the community. John Satgast has more on that.
Lawmakers are advancing House Bill 2510, sponsored by Republican Representative Brian Burnett of Wenatchee, a former Chelan County sheriff, requiring supervision of people convicted of stalking when they leave prison. Supporters say the change closes a gap in current law and helps prevent repeat crimes while giving victims greater peace of mind.
These victims are not sleeping well at night. They're going through the life that is just causing an undue, a lot of times post-traumatic stress, but just stress in their lives. And and they should be free of that.
Burnett says stalking is not a one-time offense, and victims often live in fear long after a conviction.
These aren't crimes that something says, well, gee, I didn't understand or I didn't know. They've been put in this place. They understand through, I think, a good probable cause for conviction.
The measure passed the House Community Safety Committee on Monday with bipartisan support. John Satgast, the state capitol.
Also in Olympia, lawmakers are hoping to outlaw a business practice that some of them say can make groceries and medicine harder to find and more expensive. Dan Frizzell explains.
When a grocery chain or pharmacy decides to shut down one of its stores, that empty property can and often does come with a covenant that prohibits anyone else from opening the same kind of business in the same building. In a community where that was the only reasonable option for stocking the pantry or medicine chest, this situation can leave families in a quandary. In low-income or rural communities, the effect can be catastrophic, and legislation to ban this sort of anti-competitive covenant is moving through the legislative process this session in Olympia. Representative Daria Farivar introduced that bill.
Food deserts are a challenge in urban and rural environments. They're a problem everywhere. Covenants like these make them worse because they say that if we're not providing services here, nobody else can provide services here, which is not fair, and it leaves communities in the lurch that do need a grocery store.
Farivar, a Democrat from North Seattle, had a public hearing on her bill, and it's been given a due pass recommendation by the House Consumer Protection and Business Committee. Next stop is the Rules Committee with a floor vote to follow. In Olympia, Dan Frizzell.
Now, another economic hit for the state of Washington. Engineering work on Boeing's 787 Dreamliner is moving out of this state and moving to South Carolina. That's prompting concerns from the union, now representing more than 24,000 Boeing engineers and technical workers. The Society of Professional Engineering Employees in Aerospace, SPEA, says it's received little warning and wants answers about job security and timelines and whether those jobs will be offered to current holders here in Washington if they move to South Carolina. Boeing has not disclosed how many positions are directly affected or whether layoffs are planned yet. A lawsuit filed February 3rd alleges Washington child welfare officials failed to protect 5-year-old Soo Jin Han, who was killed in 2025 despite years of reported abuse. The complaint filed in King County claims the State Department of Children, Youth, and Families ignored repeated warnings dating back to 2020. Soo Jin, a nonverbal child with special needs, died after her father, Woo Jin Han, allegedly beat her. He faces homicide by abuse and other charges. Reports from teachers, relatives, and medical professionals documented injuries and alleged beatings with sticks. A month before her death, a CPS caseworker saw a bruise on Soo Jin's face, but closed the case, accepting the father's explanation for it. The lawsuit accuses the state of negligence for failing to intervene. DCYF declined to comment, citing ongoing litigation. This is News Radio KONP.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
Come see Price Ford when shopping for your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Interested in a new Ford F-150 for those tough tasks? A sleek Ford Mustang? Or a versatile Escape for your daily commute? Price Ford has a comprehensive selection for every need and budget. Our knowledgeable sales team will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your lifestyle and budget. Price Ford, next to Walmart in Port Angeles. Always right on the price.
In 1983, Tom and Ida McEwen opened All Weather Heating and Cooling, their vision for a family-owned and operated business with personalized customer service made them the #1 choice for your heating and cooling needs. In 2014, their daughter Janae and her business partner Dustin Halverson purchased All Weather. In preserving Tom and Ida's vision, customer service is still top priority and your only local authorized carrier dealer. All Weather Heating and Cooling, because everyone calls us.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times this afternoon, with daytime highs approaching 53. Winds out of the northwest, around 5 miles per hour. Mainly cloudy skies expected, with fog early tonight. Chance for rain. Lows level off around 42. Overcast skies tomorrow. Rain likely. High temperatures reach up to 52. Chance of rain Sunday and Monday with highs in the upper 40s. Take a look at the extended forecast. 47 Tuesday, 48 Wednesday, and 49 on Thursday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently, it's 46 degrees.
I'm Jim Basquale with Super Bowl 60 inching closer. We got awards. Matthew Stafford edging Drake May for AP NFL Most Valuable Player, garnering 24 first-place votes to May's 23. Oh, so close, but the Pats quarterback has a chance to go home this week with a Vince Lombardi trophy. NBA Lakers star Luka Doncic limping off the court late in the second quarter in their comeback win over the Sixers. He'll have an MRI in his left hamstring later today. Pat Spencer, career-high 20. Warriors erase a 14-point fourth-quarter deficit, beat the Suns 101-97.
Castle spots Wembanyama all alone, uncontested two-hand slam. Victor Wembanyama's 84th dunk, making his 85th dunk of the season after having one in the first half, 101-98.
How about that WOAI Wemby 29-11. Spurs overcame Cooper Flagg's fourth